Hi and welcome to a brand new podcast from Night of the Jumps. I'm your host for this series, Steve Sommerfeld. And if you haven't caught it already, we're doing freestyle motocross, BMX, mountain bike, and we had scooters for the very first time in Berlin. So we've had a couple of podcasts since Berlin until now, and this one will be all about previewing what is possibly going to go down in Munich this weekend, this Saturday night. So we had two rounds about a month ago in Berlin. They kicked off the first of the events for 2023 for Night of the Jumps, and it was wild. It was actually a wild event. Friday night, Saturday night, the riders went off. We had huge crashes. We had huge tricks. We had a big upset with Team Czech Republic winning on the first night when Luke Ackerman, he overcooked a double flip, and I think it might have been Alejandro Bonifay for Team Spain crashed on his the best trick competition. So Team Czech Republic, they just cruised on through for the first win of 2023. On the second night of competition, though, the German team came through with the goods, and they were definitely not going to be beaten the way they were performing with Kai Haase there, David Ronaldo filling in for Team Germany, and of course, the captain, Luke Ackerman. This weekend coming up, though, we've got the world team. We've got a little bit of international flavour on this one, as well as Team Spain and Team Czech Republic. So they're going back at it. They want another shot. And I think for Spain, they've got a good chance of making that happen. Well, they had a good chance until the international team rolled in with one big name, and we're going to talk about him very, very shortly. But no, I'm not going to take anything away. We've got five-time world champion Michael Molero for Team Spain, Marc Pignol, who's coming off the crash that he suffered. He was the first to crash in Berlin, going for the California roll. We did not expect that at all from Pignol. It's been probably 4 years since he did that last, and I think it was in Berlin where he did it the last time in 2019, if I remember correctly. Danny Torres will not be back, unfortunately. We wanted to see Danny coming out of retirement in Berlin. Was fantastic. Everybody, all of the riders, all the crew, the fans were going absolutely nuts to see Danny Torres back in action. He won't be there this time in Munich, but it's his young protege, Abraham Parra, who will be filling in as the third rider for Team Spain. And if you don't know the name, if you've ever seen a picture of Danny doing a cliffhanger or a ruler, what else? Maybe a rock solid. Basically, Abraham is exactly the same. So keep an eye out for this kid. He has a second, I think, overall in the Spanish championships down there. Obviously, not as many backflip combos as Danny. I mean, Danny's probably got some of the biggest backflip combos in the game. The dead body Indy, which not many people have ever done. Maybe Rich Kearns. Can't think of anybody else. But Abraham is definitely a great rider to fill in. Awesome style, and I can't wait to see him there. So maybe a name that the international community haven't really heard of too much, but you'll see him this Saturday night in Munich. Team Czech Republic also coming back, missing one rider, which was Peter Pillard, who was in Berlin. He won't be able to make it, but in his place, we've got somebody pretty damn special. And I don't know if this is going to be a trend for 2023. Maybe it's the airbags. Maybe that's what the reason is. But Libor Podmol is also coming out of competition retirement in freestyle motocross. One of the craziest riders ever in FMX, Libor Podmol. I'm going to be surprised, I think, to see what he comes up with, because Libor was always one of those guys, whether or not he was going to crash, he was going for his whatever trick it was. And it's something that we don't see very often from many other riders in the world. So that'll be awesome. His younger brother, of course, Philip Podmol, who had that huge double flip crash in Berlin on the second night. I wonder if he'll go for that again. I know they've been training together for the last couple of weeks. I think they're down in France doing a little bit of training where there's a little bit of better weather than the Czech Republic right now. And of course, Matej Čezák. So the Podmol brothers in a team together. Synchro is going to be awesome. I can't wait to see that. But just the return of Libor, that is freaking amazing. And for the world team, so, of course, we've got the world champion. Speaking of world champions, I mean, Libor Podmol is a world champion. He's X Games gold medalist for, I don't know, a whole bunch of things. But in the world team, it will be Luke Ackermann, the German, on his home soil. So, I guess this one means a lot again for him. Also X Games gold medalist. We've got a runner-up world champion, Brice Izzo, is returning to Night of the Jumps. He never retired, but he's definitely one of the older guys on the tour. So it's awesome to have Brice. And actually his brother, Romain Izzo, he will also be coming. So he won't be riding, but it will be awesome to see Romain Izzo getting back and, you know, seeing that whole old crew. That was a bit of a tongue twister. The old crew for him. And the third rider for the world team, clap your hands, stomp your feet, it's going to be Harry Bink from Australia, the triple backflipper. It's going to be so wild to see what Harry may be able to do in Munich. So there you go. That's the rider list for FMX in Munich. There will be BMX, mountain bikes, and scooters again. I don't have a full list in front of me, but I do know that there will be Nico Schultz, Leon Binkerbank, he'll be back. Alejandro Bonifay had a couple of crashes, but actually he landed, I think it was a backflip, tail whip, bounce fronty. That was sick. In Berlin. Josef Freusier, I don't know that name. Maybe I've seen him before, but I don't know the name. Matti Pekarak will be the new scooter rider. So in Berlin, we had Richard Zelinka. He's one of the best scooter riders in the world. Loves the mega ramp, goes absolutely bananas on it, and first time we ever had scooters at Night of the Jumps. First time we ever had Richard at Night of the Jumps. And he took out the best whip win. And he got a win for Team Czech on his first ever appearance. So fantastic for him. Matti Pekarak, he will be filling in for Richard this time. So it will be interesting to see what happens there. And also Sikarin. I love this dude's name. I don't actually know his second name. I just know Sikarin. Sikharin. Sick. How good has he got to be to have sick in his name? So there's going to be a whole bunch of BMX, mountain bike, and scooter riders as well throwing down. For me, probably, I'm most looking forward to watching Alejandro and Leon Binkerbank. I just want to see what those guys are up to because Leon, it looks like from... Oh, where was it? Was it Basel last year or Cologne last year to where he is or where he was in Berlin only a month ago? He is riding so damn good right now. So I hope you guys appreciate that as well. I know we're FMX based, but it is awesome to get the pedal power involved. And their points do go into the best trick competition for the teams at this competition. So that'll be also quite impressive to see. So what are we going to find and what are we going to see in Munich? Well, Luke and Harry, this is going to be interesting for the world team. Those guys have battled hard at X Games. I wonder if they will work cohesively together. Will they do synchro together? I have no idea. I guess we'll find out on the day. I do know that Harry is flying in probably 12 hours' time. He'll leave from Australia and he'll land in about 36 hours' time in Munich. So with jet lag and building his bike, and we know what Harry's... Well, we don't know exactly what Harry's bike has, but we have seen that he's got the Levi Sherwood triple backflip enabled swing arm and the triple clamps. but he's going to have so many other small and individual parts that go on that bike. So he did tell me he needs about a day to build his bike, probably just because he wants to take his time and chill, but he's going to have all of Friday to build his bike up. Every other rider, they'll just be rolling in, chilling, having a rest. Harry's there building a bike for a whole day, and all that concentration will be interesting to see how he handles that. Very first time for Harry to ride at Night of the Jumps as well. We know he's got double backflip combos. We know he's got... unless he wants to go throw on a triple backflip off of a Aussie comp ramp, I don't think we're going to see that one. So I'm really sorry about that. But he is one of those riders that just comes with so much enthusiasm. It'll be interesting to see how that affects every other rider in this competition. Do they all lift their game and come along with his attitude of just going big, Bink big? Here's another one. So here's the two guys. Luke Ackerman, go big or go home. Harry Bink, Bink big. This is going to be interesting. And I think for Czech Republic, Libor Podmol, he's now in that kind of motion of throwing down, maybe despite not having the most amount of training, like that double backflip. I know he trained a fair bit, but it's not like he's been doing this for 6 months, 12 months, full time, go at it as hard as he can. But he still gave it a damn good crack in Berlin. And the one thing was, he said he came into the ramp just a little bit too hot. Now that he's got that out of the way, will he come back with a little bit more patience, take his time, and maybe Philip can stomp that double? Libor Podmol, like I said, you never know what you're going to see from Libor. He's been riding Dakar. I think it's now 2 years in a row or 3 years that Libor has ridden Dakar. Last year, I think he finished maybe inside the top 40. That is unbelievable. So a rider who has been a world champion, an X Games gold medalist, jumps on a Dakar bike and just rides through the Saudi Arabian desert, through all the sand dunes, and to finish inside the top. To finish the Dakar is a huge achievement. To finish inside the top 100 or the top 50, unbelievable. And I'm pretty sure, I don't have the numbers with me. I kind of wish I did my homework now before starting this podcast. I wish I could tell you exactly what I got, but I think it was somewhere along the lines of 36, 38. Could be wrong. This is going to be awesome. This is going to be wild. Michael Malero, he's been sending me a lot of videos. I'm not going to say what was in those videos, but Michael has been doing a lot of homework. Let's see if he comes out with what he really wants to do. Let's see if the ramps are there that he wants to do whatever these tricks are on. That will be interesting. And I know Mark Pignol, he's been training like hell as well. I think he might have something new for Munich. Maybe not new, but something he hasn't done for a very long time. So keep your eyes out for Mark Pignol. All right, I think I'm going to leave it there. This is just a short preview of what we may see in Munich. We'll have the live stream, which will be streaming from 7 o'clock Central European time. So make sure to jump on YouTube. It's already on there. You can subscribe or notify me. Just click notify me. And when it goes live, you'll see my beautiful face. No, so we'll be on there. Oh, whoa. Almost the best part out of all of that. We're going to do the live stream, and if you're on YouTube, what we did in Berlin, we kind of half planned it, but it was actually more of a test, was to bring in all of the chat as I'm doing the live stream and when I had some of the riders as guests in the break, and it worked out freaking amazingly. We had so many guys from all around the world. Robbie Madison even joined the chat. That was awesome to chat with Robbie in real time. He was watching it all go down while he was at a Red Bull show in Georgia. That was awesome. And also Clint Esposito, John Matthews, Loic, everybody, Kiko. There was so many guys in there. It felt like we were doing a freestyle MTX forum, but you guys were chatting in the chat. I was getting like little notifications down on the bottom every so often. I think obviously our TV team have to monitor the chat, so I only see what is appropriate. But actually, it was awesome. So jump on to YouTube, jump in the chat, and let's have a chat about it. It was really cool to do that in Berlin, and it felt like I was closer to you guys, and the comments that were coming back, I hope, it was kind of the same. It changed the whole momentum of the live stream. I would say to jump on to nightofthejumps.com and buy your tickets for Munich, but actually, I think it's pretty much sold out. I checked earlier on today and there was only 3 seats left. So I'm guessing they're gone. It'll be standing room only. And the only place to stand will probably be beside a ramp, and you're not allowed to stand there anyway. So Munich is sold out. You can go on to Night of the Jumps and grab your tickets. If you're in Germany or you're in Europe or planning to be in Europe, we'll be in Mannheim on May the 20th and Zurich on September the 9th. So if you want to go watch Night of the Jumps in person, it is definitely better than watching the live stream. Even though live stream's awesome, it's always better to watch it in real life. So make sure to jump on nightofthejumps.com, grab your tickets if you can. If not, like I said, we'll be on YouTube with the live stream. If you're not on YouTube and it's just too difficult, we will also be streaming on Facebook, but YouTube's better because you get to join the chat. We can have a chat, go back and forward, do whatever. What else for the housekeeping? Oh, the new one, the brand new Night of the Jumps merch site is up, and you can grab yourself this hoodie. This is the new Night of the Jumps original podcast hoodie, and there's a t-shirt. You can't really see it. I think I'm going to have to stand up a little bit. So yeah, there you go. If you want to jump on, you can grab one of these. At the moment, I'm the only person with it. So actually, maybe don't. I'm kind of happy that I've got the only shirt and the only hoodie in the world. No. Jump on. If you want to grab it, grab it. There actually are a lot of cool designs on there. Go and have a look. It's awesome. Nightofthejumps.com. The merch is in the middle. And yeah, it'd be awesome if you wanted to look the part when you go to an event, or if you just want to sit at home, watch it on the live stream, look the part there as well. Or when you go to the track, or when you're training. Anytime, really. That's about it from me. Thank you very much for tuning in. I don't think it was too long. And we'll see you Saturday night, 7 o'clock Central European time. You can find the rest of the times on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, LinkedIn, wherever. Catch you later.